Welcome back, folks. You're again with Ivan Lazar. This is a continuation of the video that we've been doing all this while, and we're now going to do a pattern, right? So we've done a wall, and we're going to do this wall on the other side. Now, you could obviously go and sketch it all over again and create all of that again, but because this wall is going to be like a mirror image of the existing one that we have done here, so this is the wall that we've done earlier, and we're going to create a wall on this side, right, on the other side. The best way to do this is to do a rectangular pattern. So we're going to hit this function here called a rectangular pattern. If you don't have that appearing up there, you go and create, and you should be able to find a rectangular pattern. There you go, pattern, rectangular pattern. All right. So we're going to just hit that function there, rectangular pattern, and making sure that says bodies, right? So because we want to replicate that entire wall on that side, and that's considered a body in Fusion. So we're going to click on that, and then it goes, right, select one object. Now we need an axis, yes? So click on that axis. Now because we're going to build a wall, we're going to shift this wall, or rather build another one, and we're going to move it from here, or make a copy of it along this edge, right? Because we're going to come here. So click on any line that's along the direction that you are going to move this, right? You can click on this one, that's perfect. That's also works well. You could also use this or this. What not to click? Don't click this one, because you're going to move the wall along this line or in this direction. So clicking that is not productive to what we want to do. So I'm just going to click on that one. And if you see that it's pointing this way and you want it to go the opposite way, you just got to put a negative sign. All right. So let's continue this process here. Distribution. Can you change that to spacing? And make that quantity, well, leave the quantity as 3 and we'll see what's going to happen. Yes. All right. Let's do this as 50. And look at that. It's built those walls 50 mils apart, right? So this gives you a great idea. If you want to do a pattern, this is a great option to make replicated structures that look exactly the same. But look, 3, we don't want 3, so I'm going to knock that back down to 2. That's exactly what you want, but it's in the wrong direction. So we're going to put a minus. So minus 50 then brings it up to the other side. But quite clearly you can tell that, oh, that's clearly not far enough. So let's just orbit this just a little bit so we can look at how that looks like. All right, that's not where you want it to be, so hit an escape. Let's change that number. So it's good to experiment, right? Let's change that number. Let's try 70. Oh, and that's actually gone too much. You can see that there's a gap there. Now, if you go back to the sketch for the base, you'll actually realize that it's actually 62 from that edge to there. So because I know it's 62, I'm just going to key in 62. But you can actually, if you're not sure of the number, you can actually try different numbers to see where that lines up. So for example, if I did a 60, that's going to get closer. Let's now orbit, and you can see that, oh, so if I were to zoom in, you can see that it is still cutting in a little bit. So if I put that make it 62, watch what happens now. There you go. Can you see that? It's a perfect match there. It doesn't cut in and there's no gap, so it's lined up perfectly. So we're going to click OK. Press the home button, and there you go. You have another wall. Now, unfortunately, oh no, there is. Okay, it did capture that. I thought it didn't. But I have turned that around and it's captured all the holes for my captive nut joints. Let's just orbit around to see that they all match up. Yep, perfect. Can you see that? That's lined up. That's lined up perfectly all over the place. All right, that looks perfect. I've got nothing else to edit here, so I'm just going to click home, and there you go, and that's done. Please save your work. Again, you can use a new file name, or you can continue with the existing one, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.